Welcome back to Metal Forge Corp's Cloud Odyssey. In the first video, we provided an overview of our entire migration journey. In this episode, we dive deep into the assessment phase, where our team thoroughly analyzes our current infrastructure, focusing on a key application, XYZ-ERP. Gathered here are our key players, the brilliant cloud architect, the meticulous IT manager, and our dedicated stakeholders. Our mission? To assess our current infrastructure and pave the way for a seamless transition to the cloud.
Good day, everyone. The assessment phase is the foundation of our cloud migration project. It's where we identify all our current workloads, understand their interdependencies, and evaluate their readiness for migration. This thorough analysis will guide our entire migration strategy.
By documenting every detail, we can ensure a smooth transition to the cloud, minimizing risks and maximizing efficiency. Let's get started. Let's focus on one of our key applications, XYZ-ERP. This system is critical for our operations, similar to NetSuite, and involves numerous components and dependencies.
XYZ-ERP manages everything from financials to supply chain operations. It's used by over 500 employees daily. Here are some critical details. Number of affected users, 500 plus. Dependencies, SQL database, middleware, IBM WebSphere, APIs for third-party integrations.
We'll also need to consider the security protocols and compliance requirements. XYZ-ERP handles sensitive financial and personal data, so our security assessment must be thorough.
What specific security measures are we currently using for XYZ-ERP?
Currently, we have encryption for data at rest and in transit, role-based access controls, and regular security audits. We'll need to ensure these measures are either replicated or enhanced in the cloud.
What are the peak usage times for XYZ-ERP, and how does it handle load during these periods?
The peak usage times are typically at the beginning and end of the month, aligning with financial reporting periods. During these times, the system handles a significantly higher load, and we've implemented load balancing and performance optimization techniques to manage this.
Are there any legacy components within XYZ-ERP that might pose compatibility issues during migration?
Yes, there are a few legacy modules that may not be fully compatible with modern cloud environments. We'll need to evaluate whether to re-platform these components or replace them with cloud-native alternatives.
Understanding the intricate and detailed links of the XYZ-ERP system is key for ensuring a smooth and seamless migration process.
XYZ-ERP interacts with multiple systems. Key interdependencies include database dependencies, relies on Oracle for data storage. Middleware dependencies, uses IBM WebSphere for transaction management. API dependencies, interfaces with our HR system, CRM, and external supplier systems. User interfaces, web-based interface accessed by employees globally.
We also need to account for the data flow between these systems and ensure that there's no data loss or inconsistency during the migration.
How frequently do we update the database schema, and what impact does this have on interdependent systems?
We update the database schema quarterly. Each update is carefully planned to minimize impact, but there are dependencies that could be affected, such as reporting tools and data analytics platforms that rely on the schema.
What are the latency requirements for API calls to external suppliers?
The latency requirements are quite stringent. API calls to external suppliers need to be processed within milliseconds to ensure seamless supply chain operations. Any delay could disrupt the entire workflow.
Are there any batch processes or scheduled jobs that run overnight? If so, what are their dependencies?
Yes, there are several batch processes that run overnight, including data backups, system updates, and financial reconciliations. These processes depend on uninterrupted access to the database and integration with third-party financial systems.
How does XYZ-ERP handle transaction rollbacks in case of failures, and are there specific interdependencies during these transactions?
XYZ-ERP uses a robust transaction management system provided by IBM WebSphere. In case of failures, it can roll back transactions to maintain data integrity. However, this rollback process is tightly interdependent with our database and middleware, ensuring consistency across all systems.
How will we ensure that the integration points, especially with external suppliers, remain secure during and after the migration?
We'll conduct a thorough review of our API security measures, including the use of secure tokens and encryption. Additionally, we'll perform security testing post-migration to ensure no vulnerabilities are introduced.
What's our plan for maintaining data consistency between the XYZ-ERP and the CRM system during the migration?
We'll employ data synchronization tools and set up interim data replication processes to ensure consistency. Our aim is to have zero data discrepancies during the transition.
Next, we evaluate the migration readiness of XYZ-ERP.
We'll assess XYZ-ERP against several criteria to determine its readiness. Technical compatibility. Are all components compatible with cloud environments? Performance benchmarks. Can the cloud handle our performance requirements? Security requirements. Are our security protocols adaptable to the cloud? Data integrity. How will we ensure data remains intact during the migration?
We'll also look at the following: compliance, ensuring we meet all regulatory requirements. Business continuity, how will we maintain operations during the migration? Cost analysis, what are the financial implications of moving XYZ-ERP to the cloud?
What specific cloud services will best support XYZ-ERP's database requirements?
Given our dependency on Oracle, we might consider Oracle Cloud Infrastructure for its native compatibility and performance benefits. Alternatively, AWS RDS for Oracle could provide a managed solution with robust support and scalability.
How will we test the performance of XYZ-ERP in the cloud environment before full migration?
We'll set up a staging environment in the cloud that mirrors our production setup. We'll conduct performance tests under various load conditions, comparing results with our current on-premise performance to ensure the cloud environment meets our requirements.
What measures will we take to secure data during transit to the cloud?
We'll use encrypted data transfer methods, such as VPNs and secure FTP. We will leverage private endpoints to make sure that our traffic stay within our defined parameter. Additionally, we'll employ data masking and tokenization for sensitive information, ensuring it remains protected throughout the migration process.
How will we handle potential downtime during the migration process?
We'll schedule the migration during off-peak hours and use a phased approach to minimize downtime. Critical systems will have redundancy setups, and we'll prepare rollback plans to revert to the previous state if needed.
What's our plan for user training and support post-migration?
We'll develop a comprehensive training program and support documentation to help users adapt to the new environment. This will include online resources, webinars, and a dedicated help desk.
How will we ensure that all integrations, especially with external systems, function correctly after the migration?
We'll perform thorough integration testing in the staging environment. This includes end-to-end testing of all critical workflows and verifying data integrity across all systems. We'll also conduct user acceptance testing to ensure everything functions as expected.
With a detailed assessment of our key applications, we're now ready to move forward with our cloud migration.
Our thorough assessment has provided us with a clear roadmap. By understanding the intricacies of XYZ-ERP, we can ensure a smooth and successful migration to the cloud.
This meticulous planning phase will pay off as we transition to the cloud. We've identified potential risks, dependencies, and readiness factors, setting the stage for a seamless migration.
We're confident in the team's plan and look forward to reaping the benefits of increased agility, cost savings, and innovation in our operations.
Stay tuned for the next phase in Metal Forge Corp's Cloud Odyssey, where we'll dive into the planning and execution of our migration strategy. Until then, thank you for joining us on this journey.